In this video, we're going to show you the top 3 used cars that you should avoid with all costs considered in 2025. Buying a car is a huge investment, and we want to make sure you don't waste your money. These cars may be cheap, but there's a reason they're cheap. So make sure you stick around because we're going to tell you why you definitely don't want to buy these 3 cars used in 2025. The first car on our list is the Maserati Quattroporte. The Maserati Quattroporte has long been one of the most popular luxury sedans on the market. But if you're thinking about buying one used in 2025, think again. Why, you might ask? Well, it all boils down to one major issue: the skyrocketing repair bills. According to RepairPal, the average annual repair cost for a Maserati Quattroporte is $1,400 to $780, which is almost twice as much as the average for all other vehicles on the road today. That means you could be spending upwards of $30,000 per year just on keeping your Maserati in good working order. And if you do have any major issues, be prepared to spend even more. For example, replacing the engine in a Maserati can cost upwards of $20,000 alone. So if you're looking for a luxurious driving experience without breaking the bank, the Maserati Quattroporte may not be the best option for you. Other luxury sedans, such as the Mercedes E-Class or BMW 5 Series, may offer similar levels of comfort and performance, but with much lower maintenance costs. While the Quattroporte may be tempting from afar, it's probably best to steer clear once you start doing the math. The next vehicle on our list is the Hummer H2. There's no denying that the Hummer H2 is an iconic vehicle, but if you're considering buying one used in 2025, you're in for a world of hurt. This gas-guzzling SUV gets just 13 miles per gallon in combined city and highway driving. That means you'll be spending a fortune on gas every time you fill up. But that's not all. The Hummer H2 also has a reputation for being unreliable, especially when it comes to the electrical system. If you're unlucky enough to own a Lemon, you could be dealing with frequent breakdowns and costly repairs. Plus, finding spare parts for this discontinued model can be a nightmare in itself. And let's not forget about the sheer size of this vehicle. While it may seem like a cool accessory, it's actually quite impractical for everyday use. With its boxy shape and poor visibility, maneuvering through tight spaces can be a challenge, and parking is a near impossibility in most retail settings. Not to mention that it's just not environmentally friendly to drive a gas-guzzling behemoth around town. If you're set on buying an SUV, there are plenty of other options on the market that offer a better value for your money. With better gas mileage, more reliable mechanics, and a more practical design, these alternatives will save you time and money in the long run. So while the Hummer H2 may seem like an exciting choice, it's simply too impractical and expensive to recommend as a used purchase in 2025. The third car we strongly advise against buying used in 2025 is the Dodge Journey. This vehicle was discontinued in 2019, leaving owners with few options when it comes to finding replacement parts and repairs. The Journey was never the most reliable car on the road. It has a long history of recalls, including one in 2016 for a potential loss of power steering, braking, and electronic stability control. Another recall in 2015 addressed an issue with the front passenger airbag, which may not deploy properly in certain accidents. And in 2014, a recall was issued for the 2011 to 2014 models due to a problem with the rear suspension, which could lead to a loss of control. But that's not all. Owners have reported a wide range of additional problems with the Journey, including excessive oil consumption, transmission failure, stalling and rough idling, brake problems, rattling noises, and more. These issues can be extremely frustrating and costly to repair, especially since the Journey is no longer in production. Finding quality used parts can be a challenge, and when you do find them, the prices can be high due to the low supply. If you're considering buying a used Journey, it's crucial to do your homework and check its history for recalls and accidents before making a purchase. You may also want to look for a vehicle with a clean Carfax report and a warranty if possible. Ultimately, the risks associated with buying a Dodge Journey used in 2025 outweigh any potential benefits. Now, let's move on to the fourth car on our list, the Ford F-350. Now, this pickup truck may seem like a solid investment, but trust us, it's not worth the hassle. Let's start with the price. The Ford F-350 is not cheap. Even older models can cost upwards of $25,000, and that's before you factor in the high insurance premiums and maintenance costs. The F-350 is known for being a workhorse, but that also means it's likely to experience wear and tear on key components like the transmission and engine. When these parts need to be replaced, they can cost thousands of dollars, which can quickly eat into your budget. Additionally, the F-350 is a heavy vehicle, and that means it takes a lot of fuel to keep it moving. You can expect to pay at least $1,000 per year just on gas. If you do a lot of driving, the cost will be even higher. Another downside of the F-350 is that it's a large truck, and that makes it difficult to maneuver in tight spaces. It's also not the most comfortable ride, especially if you don't have the upgraded suspension package. If you're looking for a pickup truck, we recommend checking out some smaller options like the Ford F-150 or Chevy Silverado 1500. These trucks offer many of the same features as the F-350, but at a lower cost. They're also easier to drive and park, which can be a major plus if you live in a busy city area. Overall, the Ford F-350 may seem like an appealing pickup truck on paper, but in reality, it's just not worth the investment. The high price tag, maintenance costs, and fuel consumption make it a less than ideal choice for anyone looking to buy used in 2025. Our fifth and final car is the Chevrolet Malibu. On the surface, the Chevrolet Malibu may seem like a great deal, but don't be fooled. This mid-size sedan has a number of problems that make it a bad purchase in 2025. For starters, the Malibu has a reputation for being unreliable. Many owners have complained about frequent breakdowns and costly repairs, which can be a major hassle and financial burden. One common issue is the engine, which is prone to overheating and can cause the entire car to break down. Another problem is the transmission, which can lead to rough shifting and complete failure. These issues can be caused by a number of factors, including the car's age and maintenance history. However, even with regular maintenance, these problems still occur, which is a red flag for potential buyers. In addition to these mechanical issues, the Malibu also has a poor safety record. It has been involved in several high-profile accidents and has received numerous complaints from drivers who feel that the car is unsafe. The vehicle's stability and handling have been called into question, particularly in wet or slippery conditions. These concerns are further compounded by the fact that the Malibu is no longer in production, meaning that finding replacement parts and getting repairs can be a challenge in itself. If you're considering buying a used Malibu, it's important to be aware of these issues and proceed with caution. Do your research, get a pre-purchase inspection, and be prepared for potential repairs. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to buy a used Malibu is up to you. But hopefully this video has shed some light on the potential problems you may face as a used owner. We've made videos on the worst cars to own, and we always get a ton of comments bashing our opinions. So what are your opinions? Which cars would you never buy used in 2025? Comment below. Also, if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.